Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. Okay, I was confused for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the next top 16 match
Yeah.
of the Ultimate Guard Cup. It's Bendo Card Players, actually, versus Nefilim Card Gaming, and I am here, of course, with Sebastian Lemke, the one and
Hello
only.
guys, happy to see you as all the time. Of course, happy to see you as well, Leo. Nice to be here with you.
Always. We are never bored of each other.
We may be bored of Sky Striker mirror matches, but we're never bored of each other, that's for sure.
But because we are bored of Sky Striker mirror matches, we're going to be able to hopefully. I guess. Yeah, we can just hop right to the match, I guess. We are having like 3 Sky Strikers on the side of Bendo Card Players, but we have Pendulum Sky Strikers and Salomon Great on the side of the Nefilim Card Gaming team, the Spanish guys, I think, or maybe Italian. I don't know really. I think it should be Spanish. So anyways, I think we can just hop right into the game now. And we're going to watch Pendulum because that's like the most creative deck we have here.
Absolutely. So I just hopped over to the match, and I hope our judge realizes that we're good to go. I would just write him again. Go. Okay, there seems to be some issues that we're hearing you double, but I will just try to fix that. Of course, all of a sudden now I am the tech guy in the team, and I have to organize the stuff. And I would just check whether we can fix that. Just give me a quick moment. So that's good.
I actually have a glass. Why don't you?
That looks fine. That looks fine.
That's better.
Fine. Oh, it should be all good.
Alright, so...
Okay, so we told the players they can
engage
start, and cool Sky Striker will start the match. We had quite some talk, I would say, before this round of top 16 of this match, because obviously, like, the biggest news of a long time have happened on Tuesday.
Banlist hype.
Yeah. Funnily enough, right at the time when we casted with Fafa, like when we did the podcast, it was just banlist, and it's not a joke. We were just doing counter traps, and and he's like, I don't think these guys are trolling in the chat. I mean, they are trolling a lot, but I think this could be real, like. And it was, yeah. We got our ban list, and obviously we would have liked to present you a match under the new ban list, but we obviously also understood that, I don't know which team, and it doesn't matter in the end, they said, we don't have time to test with the new ban list, and we already handed in our deck list and everything, so it was fair just to allow them to play with the old ban list. And I mean, in fact, the ban list is in power from Sunday or Monday on, so right now we still have the old ban list, and so we can still see full power Sky Striker. And what do you think?
Actually I played.
Go ahead.
I playtested a lot versus Sky today, and it feels much weaker now. Actually, with one Kagari, like it came to the point sometimes where I did not auto lose because my opponent could access Ray and go into plus 10.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Like, what do you think of Sky Striker in general now going on? As you said, Kagari to 1, that's their only hit, and of course, there was an immediate market reaction to that, because people were like, okay, in the OCG they tried to help themselves with Magnetic Reverse, I think that's the name of the card, which is a quick spell that special summons out Kagari from the grave or from the banish pile, which, I mean, it is okay-ish, but do you think that will be the way to go? Or do you see other ways to go?
I don't know really. Like, I watched a Farfa video today, and he explained something that I found quite interesting. Is that, I mean, the OCG deck topped, and they had like only 2 engages and like 2 anchors, but there are 3 Maxis and also 3 Pot of Avarice, cards that we don't have, and they suit the Sky Striker playstyle extraordinarily well. Like, you can play around Maxi all the time with the deck, and it doesn't hurt you like a deck that doesn't lose to Maxi. It's automatically good, I think.
In the OCD.
Yeah. That's Rocky Yan.
Sadly not
here, obviously. But Sky Strikers have a lot of floodgates, and they also have like we have new floodgates that are interesting now. So I think the deck might still be a contender, but it's looking like more roguish, and I think it might be the best rogue deck. But I actually think the other decks are more powerful because the deck can't really grind that much anymore. As soon as your multi-roll gets removed from the field and you don't have your Kagari anymore, then it's really hard to grind actually, because you have to sack your opponent.
Do you think Hercules Base will become a staple in the deck again?
Yeah, but I don't think that the card is so good that it's gonna change anything.
Yeah, I mean, Hercules Base always was like a card you didn't need to play if you're good enough with the deck so that you can manage your resources well enough. But now there is only one Kagari, and I mean, how can you manage one Kagari? It's like impossible in some way, because if you start with Engage, you obviously want to resolve the Kagari to add back the Engage to have like maximum advantage of that. And now there is like no resource management with the Kagari, so you might have to play the Hercules Base, but as you said, it probably hinders the deck and it makes it weaker.
The card's not that powerful. It's like a brick, basically.
I totally agree. So yeah, did we even say who is seeing right here? I think on the Sky Striker side, for Bendo card players, it is Simon Desforestier. I hope that was proper French of saying it. And on the bottom we have for Nefilim card gaming, David Hernandez. And obviously, as you can see, he's playing the Pendulum deck. And right now he's putting up a lot of bodies to the board. Seems like his plan right there is to put enough monsters on board to maybe OTK.
Yeah, I think he wants to OTK.
Yeah, I think he wants to OTK. Like, he can have...
It won't work.
I mean, it won't work. He's going all out, and we all know that this is not going to happen.
For some reason, he's now
going into Electromite. I mean, I see why, basically.
So, but that's 2 less big monsters on board.
I mean, he can't anchor take. His opponent can't anchor take him. That's really important, actually, because, then...
I mean,
he can get rid of... If...
This is an interesting spot.
This is an interesting spot to be in right now, because...
Simon
has to tribute the Ray to get access to his anchors, while David is just waiting for him to do that,
because he can then
later on banish it with Master Cerberus,
and then
link away, or
overlay the card.
I don't know, overlay the card that was targeted by Kana that is probably going to be
There
summoned.
is the anchor.
So what he can now do is
that was he fell for the bait actually. Simon really fell for the bait.
This is giving Master Cerberus,
this is giving Master Cerberus two counters. I think, or is it hard ones per turn?
No, it's not hard ones per turn.
No, it's not hard ones per turn. It's once per turn. So actually, he should have two
counters now. Now he should have
2 counters now. Now he should have 4 counters.
Yeah, it should be on 4 counters, definitely.
Yeah.
And he did not Pendulum summon yet, right? So this could be pretty good. And maybe because of the bait, he might be able to OTK right here. Or I mean, one of the set cards is Engage. We saw that being set by multi-roll. And I mean, what are the other cards that would really help him right there? Eagle Booster.
Harmonizing with the
Ooh, hello. So that is looking pretty good. But also a thing to notice is that David is actually not playing the Endymion version or the Amorphage version. He's just playing proper Pendulum, which you could play since day 1, basically.
I think it's better.
I think it's better.
Really? Do you think so?
I I'm not too much of a fan.
I'm not too much of a fan of the
Endymion
version, but I'm thinking like, is there something going on with servers? Is he just waiting?
Can you stop the echo?
Can you stop the echo? Busty, I think we still have an echo.
I tried to fix it, but I didn't really find a way, and I just asked one of the other tech guys to maybe give me a hint, but for now I'm not really sure.
So I'm reading servers right now.
But I try my best to fix that, so hopefully that echo is gone in a moment.
Narito is good. Oh, if you can go for the starving. No, it's not starving venom. It's Supreme King. 2,500 attack points. OTK guy. Then this could be really huge actually, or he's just doing something else. I don't really know. Oh, Boruto. That card is also good.
Work, yeah.
Yeah,
I kind of forgot about the card for a second.
Boruto wasn't a thing for you anymore.
No. Did
he normal summon? Because I don't think he did, right?
Not yet, no.
This is like an extra body.
This is like an extra body again. Huge.
So I'm doing some white clicks on the side. And there's people in the chat trying to help me. I'm thankful for that. I will try that out. So I think they say that they hear you over my mic as well, basically. So I should probably just try to.
Okay, so Simon's list. Oh, there can only be one. Ah, he has Called by the Grave. On Electromite, I guess there was no point in which this one would be good.
Better now, so tell us whether that helped. Ooh. So maybe that anchor bait really was the turning point right there, or do you think he had game there anyway?
I think he would have OTK'd through that anyway, yeah.
Boris Sword is still such a good card. Like, people shouldn't forget about Boris Sword. Still the OTK enabler #1.
Actually, no.
The good old pendulum combos. Like, you really could do that a year ago. I mean, you could basically do the same Sky Striker things a year ago as well. So, I mean, it's not really that
exciting.
Exciting.
You want to say exciting?
But what is interestingly enough, after the ban list was released or dropped or however, Sky Strike cards and Pendulum cards both basically started to rise in price a little. Like the Sky Striker cards, because the deck wasn't hit as hard as it should be. For example, engages and anchors started to increase in value a little. I mean, of course, Ultimate Kagaris didn't really increase, but that's obvious. But all the as I was looking up the Pendulum prices, it was like, whew, I was really surprised to see, for example, the prices of the Supreme King Worm, like, or the Supreme King Gate 0. Like, these cards are expensive as hell. Like, I didn't notice.
Gate 0 is like €3.
Yeah, definitely. So,
Darkworm actually was still kind of cheap.
Yeah, but like the secret air version?
Yeah, this was like €7 a month ago. So it kind of had a crazy spike. But okay, so Area 0 hits Ray. Ray discard. Oh wow, Afterburner, that is not too useful. Okay. I'm so hoping that people are going to play different decks. Like, honestly, I'm so sick of Sky Striker. It annoys me just way too much. I really hate it right now.
Yeah, but do you think like that small adjustments on the banned list did really accomplish that? That people will play different decks? Do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Actually,
yeah, really? Like, do you think that was the list?
Yeah.
People would start because, like, I saw like a video from Simo where he was talking about winners and losers of the ban list, and basically like all the winners were the decks that were good before the ban list. He was like, yeah, a winner is Sky Striker, a winner is Sun Dragon Danger, a winner is what is this? The Salamander deck, of course. Yeah, of course. And like, of course, Danger Orcus was like the only real loser, but all these three decks that were strong before are now like untouched or very softly touched by the ban list, I would say.
I have to say that I really do disagree with everything that Simo said, apparently.
For real?
With basically everything, honestly. How do I put that?
Go for it.
I think Sky Striker got a huge hit because now they have to adjust their main deck. Because playing with only one Kagari, I don't know, like in grindy matchups versus Salamangreat, for example, like you will lose the multi-roll, then you have to recover from that if you start the game. You will have to recover, and recovering is not really the best. Like the deck can't really recover from hits anymore. And as this hurts the deck, they might just change their main deck as well. And if they change their main deck, the deck gets worse. Like if they want to run floodgates now, they have to cut off stuff like Foolish Burial Goods or cut the Twin Twisters, cards that have made the deck insanely powerful because they support the main deck engine. If that falls out, that this really weakens the deck. Like Thunder Dragon Danger, okay, their main combo is still there, obviously, but most of the time it is really hard for the deck to get four different monsters on the field. Maybe not most of the time, but a lot of the times this deck now easily dies to hand traps. Like it got a lot of consistency issues, and you can actually argue that maybe the pure Thunder Dragon version is better. But yeah, it's not like really a hard hit. But I wouldn't call it a winner of the ban list, honestly, because I don't know. That's not too crazy. And Salamangreat, actually, Lady Debug is a hard hit. Like people wouldn't believe it, but I have played this deck a lot in the last few weeks, like crazy a lot, and I've played it like after the ban list a lot already, and it really hurts you. Yep, we're on again.
Cool. So guys, sorry for that. I don't know what happened there, but seemed like a little disconnect. Very sorry for that. And we were just talking about seeing another OTK. That
yeah,
the one
and the
side,
Lady
on the
Debug
other side, you were talking about Lady Debug and the importance of the hit to Salamangreat. That is a pretty good hit.
The problem is the deck had consistency and issues anyways. And now you actually have to face the oh damn, this hurts.
Oh yeah.
So this will be like Denko Seka on the field, one spellcaster, and oh shit, those are 4 spellcasters. Yeah, this teacup is good. Okay, anyways, yeah, like the deck has consistency issues. I know Signet Mining comes out in a week, and Signet Mining actually helps, but Signet Mining is a terrible card. Nobody, like, you guys can't tell me that Signet Mining, the discard 1 card to add 1 card, is good. This is just a terrible card.
Definitely.
And I think Davide disconnected.
Oh, you think so? Yeah.
Yeah, because he has quit and it's 1-1 now.
No, but it
so
says...
let's ask our judge.
Yeah, let's do that. So it really looks like it, but just ask the judge, as you said, and we'll know in a moment. Yep, our judge says it is 1-1 now. So we should go to the lobby and I would just put our faces on.
Yeah, or we can just like search for another game.
Because that game didn't entertain you as much, or
No, like the problem is that this guy might have trouble. It's a new. No, okay, so they are at it already. Let's see. Dual room, watch, username.
So for who are you searching now?
Yeah, I was trying to find the game again, but they have a new room now, so and they are already not
so
in this.
Maybe go
Unless
for
they did start.
Maybe go for Samir Bakar.
Yeah, versus Alberto.
Yeah. Okay. So let's try.
Samir Bakar. Okay, so.
Okay. Did your password
what was
work?
the password? Nope.
Mine did neither. Wow. That is a lot of good stuff happening today. So.
But they are in a new room, so Davide versus Simon. So.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Perfect.
Sighting in progress. All right, we got it, boys.
So, let me just give you this screen with the playing cards again, and not our faces in big. So, there we have it. Okay, no playing cards yet, but sighting in progress, as you said. Yeah, but let's continue to talk about that general metagame overview, because and another thing you said was you probably disagree with Orcus being like a loser of the list, right?
I mean, of course, it loses a pseudo FTK. I think you can. It got the biggest hit.
Apparently,
but
yes, yeah.
Like, the deck can still do a lot of stuff. Like, you have Longyearsu and Topologic and stuff like that. So OTKing with this deck is still pretty much a thing, you know? Like, people played the attack deck before.
Yeah, definitely. And that attack deck really was only popular for that one event again, right? I didn't see a lot of topping with... Ooh, look at that. He is going first, but he decided to keep in Zdenko Seka. So he has
it's good, like...
the Pendulum Call. So, also we got some informations on the other games. At table 2, where Gilon Marron and Jorge Gomez are facing in a Sky Striker mirror match, it is still 0-0, as you know and love your Sky Striker mirror matches.
Yeah.
And between Samir Bakar and Alberto Miranda, it is 1-0 for Samir. So they're already in game 2. And that doesn't look like too good of an opening, or? I mean, he does get 2 negates on board, and he's harmonizing. He maybe can get into, like... Yeah, he can do an Exceed 4 play. But basically, when you have to Pendulum Summon before Electrum Knight, it usually
isn't can make Omega.
Great of a start. Huh?
You can go into Omega. You can't even go into Boreal Savage Dragon. Like, maybe Tornado Dragon is a thing now. You can get rid of the multi-roll via... I mean, he has 3 interruptions, basically. That's fine.
Yeah.
But the resource game on his part is, like, awful now. It's like he has nothing. Like, if there's a way for Simon... Like, he has 6 cards, and he probably decided going second. So imagine seeing a Pancratops here.
That would already be very, very good.
Pancratops is game, I think. This deck can play through Avian with 5 cards, I'm pretty sure.
That should work, I agree, yeah. So, summon Pancratops, be happy. Right there. Yeah, and I did actually see a lot of people hyping Manhunt, saying Manhunt will make Subterror and Altergeist like pretty good, and they will be a huge factor in the competitive meta. What do you think of that? You're not too sure about it, as it seems.
I don't know, like, Altergeist is still shit.
Okay. So, we talked about that deck, cool. I remember you loving that deck a while ago. It's so sad.
Yeah, but now it's shit.
Probably, yeah.
Look at this, you can just force out the negate of Avian with Kagari.
And he still has 2 Kagaris left in his extra deck. Pretty comfortable position to be in.
Or he can now like force out the Afterburner, the Avian with the Afterburner. I mean, it doesn't really matter, right?
As you said, the other 5 cards in his hand probably can do some stuff, so he can just waste that Afterburner to bait out something. Yeah, that's what he's doing. I mean, that was pretty obvious of a plan, because he just put it into the graveyard and he didn't put Engage or something like that into the graveyard. Just went straight for the Afterburner play. And maybe he has like 2 or 3 Engages in hands left, so he can just go off like crazy.
Well, why would you target the Jackal King instead of the Avian? I mean, there probably is a reason, but I don't see it yet.
You'll probably realize in a second. I mean, you can just...
Are you sure? I mean, we've had like stuff before.
That is actually true, yeah. It's pretty nice. Was there some misplacement of the Apex Avian? Because that Apex Avian now
he should have.
Yeah, it sits now in the zone where Shizuku is pointing to, and I mean, when you build that board, you can already think ahead where that Shizuku will be pointing to. So he should have summoned that Apex Avian somewhere else.
I mean, he can negate the Shizuku now, so.
Yeah, but like.
Baited. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Sky Striker, but that one was funny.
Ghost Ogre is so good against Pendulum, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was like an unconventional way of interrupting the Pendulum deck with a Ghost Ogre, but hitting the Electrum Knight with Ghost Ogre is just so huge. That hand trap is so powerful against that deck.
I mean, Ghost Ogre is actually a good card versus And If You Do.
That is absolutely true, yeah. If the first thing doesn't happen. It turns out that Tornado Dragon could be pretty good there. Oh! Stop laughing like that. I mean, siding in Artifact Sanctum, going second versus Pendulum seems like a very, very good idea, right? Oof, there's 5, so no return of the Jackal King.
I mean, you can't argue against it. Like, it worked out. So, as we all know, if something works out, it's generally a good idea.
It's good, yeah, definitely. It's definitely good. Or is he just activating a lure to draw 2 cards and see?
Yeah, I mean, he has to, right?
And he does
he got the chrono.
What's the other card?
8 scale. Let's go. It's good. Okay, so Bendo Card Gaming won. So let's just move over to.
Do you want this Sky Striker mirror match, or do you want Sky Striker versus Salad? What is your wish?
I want Sky Striker versus Salad.
Sky Striker
Let's just quickly check which game.
That should be Samir.
Okay. Oh yeah, they have a different password.
Ah yeah, right, yeah.
Ask me password in PM. Why do they even do that? Okay, I'm just going to write you on Discord, I think.
Okay, so we're trying to figure out the password. I mean, we have a set password. We tell players before the game, please put that password in. But I mean, we get into that first feature match, and there it works. And so we don't see what the other players are doing.
Okay, so I'm going to.
Because
yeah.
Seems like it.
I'm going to type to send it to you on Discord, I guess.
No, I'm not online on Discord, so just send it WhatsApp. That's fine. And
okay, awesome.
I'll just watching too, like table 3. We need password of table number 3.
Yeah, I'll put it in the group.
Yeah. And then we can just.
You will laugh when you see the password.
Oh, that's such a hard password to get. Like, oof. Yep, I have it. So you
Yeah,
are in.
I love
am
jumping
in,
into games.
and I'll just get the playing ground back on, so you guys can see the game as well. And we already see some Sky Striker cards on the board, but not a whole lot anymore, and a rising number of Salmon Grade cards on the other side. And yeah, as we said, we have Samir Baka playing the Sky Striker deck on the bottom versus Alberto Miranda on the top playing Salmon Grade. And I didn't even realize, but before we started streaming this, you actually told me that Samir Baka is quite a well-known name in the Yu-Gi-Oh community, right?
Yeah, I think he was a European champion once. Or was that a different French guy called Samir? That would be...
That would be rude. But there is somebody knowing him in the chat, so Bendo card players, please tell us whether Samir was a European champion at some point in his Yu-Gi-Oh career, and tell us when it was, if you know.
I'm sorry, how did Gazelle get banished?
That is a good question. Let's just...
the Shark Cannon is banished. I didn't see the banished cards. Okay, that makes perfect sense.
Absolutely.
Okay, so apparently a lot of confusion there. Like, there is still Engage in the graveyard of Samir. And there's also a Kagari, so if this was the new ban list, then Samir would be like probably boned because he couldn't access the Engage, but now this is not that hard.
Seems like it, for sure. So...
I think the order is incorrect. Well, that, my friend...
Good comment on your side. Well done.
That, my friend, is a common... let's call it a joke from our side.
Yeah, I hope you all laughed about it, as we do every single time we see somebody writing it in chat. Like, haha.
Yeah, get pranked, bro.
Yeah, we're like the type of guys that are playing prank at locals, because we love to prank people.
Yeah, I find it really funny that people called me cancer for playing Trickstar all the time. But, like, how can you even compare this to...
Prank kids, you mean?
You know. Yeah. Why did he put the Phoenix there? He could have just put it on the other side and then it would point to nothing.
I don't really know.
I mean, this zone is kind of... Sometimes it could give you like an extra zone when you have Hita on board.
Yeah, agreed.
Or a Kana.
So now the position for Samir isn't as bad as it looked a few minutes ago, because does he have Engage?
Depends on the back row, right?
He does. Yeah, what back row would be killing there? Do you think Roar would kill that?
If it's a Roar, then Samir just misplayed like really hard. Because there's no Bailings in the graveyard of Alberta and he could just attack over the Wolf and then...
Oh yeah, you're right.
I think if he knows the back row, then this was fine. If he doesn't, then this wasn't fine. But I mean, he probably knows, and how he's going to anchor take some shit and do stuff to him.
And then Alberto will be sitting there pretty naked, probably.
Yeah.
Like, not literally, but in a Yu-Gi-Oh way.
You don't know.
You
don't know.
I mean, we have to sit here with face cams being on, but the players do not have to. They are in the
Yeah, I'm not wearing
position.
pants though.
That is a good point to notice. I actually switched to sporting pants, like short sporting pants. I would have loved to wear them all day long, but had to be on work, and I think that would have been a little weird, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm wearing Urban Performance sweatpants. Just saying. Cool brand.
Yeah, like... product placement, well done, I'd say.
Yeah. Buy their stuff so they give me more shit. I'm so good at advertising.
Yeah. And also, guys, watch this stream, because Ultimate Guard will give us more stuff. No,
yeah.
Obviously, it's easy.
Hopefully more banners, so I can fit nothing in my room anymore.
Yeah, or like, so we can have the whole room being covered by these banners. That would be pretty good, I think.
Yeah. Actually, my room size decreased massively in the last week because my bed broke.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it just straight up broke, and I'm sleeping on like a couch. And I had to carry this into my room, and it's like really uncomfortable, and I want a bed now.
And do you have a bed inside, or will you have to wait?
I will have to wait. Like, I don't really have anything inside. It's like I'm more like that lazy guy who doesn't.
I mean, maybe
like,
somebody
waits for an
brings me a
opportunity.
bed like someday, right?
Yeah, exactly like this actually. It's like maybe something will happen that will give me a bed for like the least amount of work I have to put into getting a bed.
I mean,
Oh,
on
man.
the other hand, you told me on Tuesday that you just bought a playset of Phantasmace, so that is there on the other side.
Yeah, I don't have to move.
You have to have your
I don't have to move like out of my flat for this. Like I can just buy them and then pick them up at Austrian Nets. That's fine for me.
That is true.
Money is not the problem. This
Money
going
never
out
is
and
a
getting
problem, right? So he actually used the Galaxy Cyclone on the probably unknown back row, because if you would have known that the back row is a Salamon Great Circle, I don't think he would have used the Cyclone on it.
Yeah, maybe he wanted to get it into the graveyard so that he can... I don't know. Weird.
It is. And he probably knew that it was a cycle, right? Because...
Yeah, he should have.
Circle, I mean. Because he probably added it with Sunlight Wolf. We hopped into the game right after that, but he should have known that, I guess.
Actually, it's funny how much one Kagari can make. Like, and why didn't he go for multi-roll? It's like, okay, I can actually see what he went for Eagle Booster set, right?
Yep. He'd go for
why? Just.
Oh.
That's
Papa. That is a good card to activate versus this specific deck, I would say.
Yeah, I guess that is completely correct, but he can like just put Foxy and Stalio to the graveyard and then like add something back and then crash and then summon Foxy.
Yeah. And I don't think Samir is playing double Shark Cannon. And the one Shark Cannon obviously is banished already, as we saw earlier.
Yeah.
So that is
but if he tries to crash, he can just Eagle Boost to the Sunlight Wolf.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So maybe he will think
actually
5 steps ahead.
Actually, I was playing versus Infernite once, and I had like only one back row left. So he had like this insane combo with Tiara, where you pop Tiara so you can flood the board with your Infernites, and you just Eagle Boosted his Tiara, and then he had to pass on this level 10 monster, and then I OTK'd him.
Feels good. So, Alberto is putting quite some thought into his moves now. He does not want to misplay there. First of all, you should add back something with Sunlight Wolf before you crash. That's a good start there.
Yeah, maybe at Falco.
So.
Oh, he can actually. No, he can't. Is Samir doing this now? Because if he doesn't, then he's actually not in the greatest spot anymore, right?
Not really, no. Oh, he's allowing it.
He can protect his Shizuku. That's fine and dandy, but like after all, he's just gonna. I mean, this is gonna be a Falco, I think, so that he can actually set back the circle again.
Yeah, you're right.
Or is there any grave effect he hasn't? Oh, he maybe has like. What?
You seem to be confused. So guys, if you do know...
Oh, Falco is banished.
Oh yeah, it is. If you do know how the match count in our second game is, feel free to update us in the chat if you have contact. It seems like the team captain of Bendo card players is in the chat, so He will probably know, so feel free to write it in the chat so we can communicate it to everybody. Because
that's
right
actually
now
a neat logo you guys have there.
Yeah, I do agree. It is a pretty neat logo. Like that.
Sanctum.
Oh, Sanctum again. Nice.
These guys are all like Sky Striker is cancer already. Every time I play against it and I see like a Ray getting like targeted by Area 0, I'm getting nightmares and like Vietnam flashbacks. But if you're putting Sanctum into the like putting Sanctum into the deck shouldn't be allowed. Like first of all, I don't think it's really good. Like if you can remove the, I mean, there's basically no way how to remove like no way.
Yeah,
it's good.
Bendo, we asked whether you know how to count in the other game is. He just wrote in the chat that he had to translate for Samius, so he wasn't available. So let's see. He passed on that Foxy, right? Oh no, yes. Oh yeah, he passed. That's right. And now the Galaxy Cyclone took away the Sanctuary. But what did actually happen that no Bailings is in the graveyard at all? Like there's one in the banished pile, okay, but shouldn't have there been a time where he was able to summon another Bailings? I think should.
Yeah, last turn, but he decided not to before going into the Phoenix apparently.
Yeah, right. It would have been a lot better. I mean, it would still be in a pretty bad position, but it would have been better for sure to have that extra Bailings in the graveyard.
I would agree on that.
Not too hard to do that, I think. So, but what do you think is the way to go with Salamangreat now? Because you say Lady Debug hurts, and as I said, the general reaction on Tuesday was, okay, we'll just add Flame Buffalo or Signet Mining. But you are like, Signet Mining is not really that good. I mean, if you get the Ash Blossom on Signet Mining, it really, really hurts. Like, that's just insane. And Flame Buffalo, I think that card was like trending out of the Salamangreat decks a little.
Yeah, because it's terrible.
Seems like you agree on it, yeah. So
yeah, this card is so win more. Like if you're opening Buffalo and you have like your combo, then that's a 3-card combo, and that's insane actually. It's like, wow. Okay, draw into your hand traps and all that stuff, that's crazy, but it's like, when's that gonna happen? Like I haven't ever done that in like, I don't know, 20 matches, because you never draw into it. It just doesn't happen. This is not how Yu-Gi-Oh works. You don't draw your 3-card combo once. But like if you play Signet Mining, then if you brick, like if you have it and you have Gazelle, that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I would probably 100% Ash a Signet Mining. Always depending on what my opponent discarded though. But yeah, I don't really like the card. It just takes way too much. Like if you don't have good discards, then you actually have to discard your good cards that you need. If you're going second, you need every card to play through boards. We all know that by now.
Yeah.
If you go first and your first turn board is shit with Salamangreat, it depends on the hard draw cards you have.
That is true.
And I don't know, starting with 3 cards doesn't sound too good. Like if my opponent Signet Minings and discards a card, and I Ash that, and he goes for, haha, I have Gazelle in hand. I'm like, fine, and you have 3 cards. You have 2 cards in hand and your Gazelle combo. How bad can it be? Like, only Gazelle and 2 cards in hand aren't gonna beat me.
Not really, no. So, there's 6,600 life points left for Alberto. Is that going to be OTK? Yeah, it seems like.
Yeah.
He has not used Cheetah yet. Yeah, it definitely is OTK for sure. That is... So, Sami is winning there, meaning...
Wait, he actually... I would have sharked him on that.
Why though?
He put the... no, okay, it was just the game mechanic that Foxy was put into the middle zone. Okay. No, I wouldn't have sharked him.
You would have still sharked him. I'm sure you would have still sharked him on that.
I wouldn't have done that.
You're like the type of guy that would be like, you definitely put it in there. For sure, man.
Obviously.
Okay,
Obviously.
So we got actually information that Gilom Maron is 1-0 down right now versus Jorge Gomez. But it seems like they are still in game 2, so we can
let's switch in there.
That game as well.
Are you sure that it's pronounced Geelong?
I have no clue. What do you think how it is pronounced?
Okay, Chad, can you like transcribe it for us? I think it's yeah. I mean like if I try to pronounce this might sound racist because I'm not gonna do well with this.
No, please
Geelong.
try.
Geelong. John maybe? Is it John?
It might be John as well. Yeah.
Do you guys just ignore 4 letters of the word?
How could you? Yeah, right.
So, wait, I'm just gonna Google that. I opened like a terrible song.
We are back into the game, and Ichikrom, we already explained. We're not playing with the new set, neither the new format, the new ban list, and we will have both of these things ready next week. But this week
it's actually Giom.
It's Giom? Giom?
It's Giom.
Giom.
Like, how can you like ignore half the name?
I think that's the French way of doing. They just don't care. They're just like, I will do whatever I like. So they would probably call me like Stian or something like that. Like just completely ignoring all the letters that are in there and just like, I'm just too lazy, man. You're just like, I mean, there are people just calling me Sepp or something like that because they're like, your name is way too long, so how could I just name every single letter in there? And I mean, a lot of people are also calling you Leo and not Leonard.
Yeah, but I mean, like, this is not the way my name is pronounced. This is like this short version. This is not like, my name is not spelled Leonard and then pronounced Leo. It's actually Leonard in French, English.
Sebastian.
So Jorge is leading 1-0, right?
Yep. Jorge is leading 1-0.
Yeah. It's like geek or gimmick. Geek?
Geek sounds weird.
Guillaume.
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 Oui.
Guillaume.
Guillaume. I think we should stop talking about his
name. Guillaume. Is it really Guillaume?
There's no right way of saying this French name for a German caster, I think. Like,
there are YouTube videos about how to pronounce Guillaume. I should make YouTube videos about my name.
Can you please make one about my name as well? Like, not that it is so hard, but I would still love to watch it. You would at least have one click on it.
Yeah, Sebastian.
But I mean, like, you can pronounce it in a lot of different ways depending on the language. Like, it could be Sebastian, it could be Sebastian, it could be Sebastian or something like that. So I'm kind of happy with my name.
Sebastian would actually fit you.
Yeah, right. Like in school, in English classes, I was
it's
like, I'm Sebastian. I was always like that. I was that stupid guy in class that would pronounce his name in an English way, just because he's in an English lesson. It was fun.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
You were Leonard or what?
Yeah.
I'm Leonard from...
I always hated that name back in the days because, like, every time I was at a tournament of sports or something like that, people spelled my name wrong. It's always Leonard. No, like, who the fuck is called Leonard? Nobody. This is nobody's name.
You are a nobody to me.
Yeah, I'm a nobody to me. But this is so... We haven't talked about one game. Like, we haven't really casted anything. This is just bullshit talk while watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Honestly.
Yeah, but I mean, that's how it is. Because we have... There could be more exciting thing today than casting an old ban list match, we have to say. Like, we obviously do it because it is still the tournament, but... Of course, everybody's hyped for the new ban list and stuff, and... Next week will be a lot more interesting.
Listen, we have 41 viewers, I think. 41, yeah. I think if we would try to seriously cast these games, then we would have like 10.
Guys, please make a comment on that in the chat. Like, if you enjoy the small talk, the bull talk. It's like bull talk, a combination of bullshit and then small talk, bull talk. I don't know. That probably was.
I think it's bullshit talk, actually.
Yeah, probably. Like, that was the most stupid thing I've said today.
Yeah.
And I've said a lot of stupid things already. So
I guess like if you enjoy this, then you can tune into our podcast next week. I should have contacted our guest if he's for free. I should do that. Okay.
Do it.
Yeah, I will do that after the match.
Yeah. 41, is it a new record? No, it is not a new record. At least not for the Ultimate God Cup. I think
I hate Iron Cup. He's
just trolling, right?
Yeah.
But I think we had definitely over 100 viewers on like the big games we had in the last weeks. Like Legacy Card Game with Eman Games had quite a few viewers. Also our podcast on Tuesday, like usually our podcast numbers aren't that high, but because of Fafa being our guest and Fafa bringing over a lot of his people as well, we had quite a few watches there too. That was pretty nice as well. And obviously a lot of interaction in the chat. Always appreciate. And also, I didn't even tell you because I wasn't sure how to see all that when because right now I'm kind of managing the technical side of the stream, so I have to press all the buttons and to do we go live now and so on. And somebody actually gave us 5 bits on Tuesday. I didn't even see that while we streamed. And I'm still not really sure what that even means. Like, what can we do with what do we do with bits? But
no idea.
We still appreciate it. I mean,
yeah.
5 bits.
Thank you for giving us 5 bits.
Yeah. Thanks for the bits.
Whatever that is.
I mean, I heard a lot of streamers saying thanks for the bits or thanks for the bits bump or something like that, but I never knew what it means. I have no clue. So it says if there is somebody in the chat that could tell us what bits do, go for it, please. That game is kind of random right there, or do you watch the game with that face, or do you see something else?
No, I'm watching the game actually. Like, he anchored in the end phase to have it in the main monster zone to then take it so it doesn't get eagle boosted, but I mean, he can just, if he has one anchor, he can just stop everything. And he has Vader, and that works too. So now he's sending his Kagari away to end on what?
On nothing. To just end on nothing seems pretty reasonable. Oh really? Like what?
He has 2,900 life points. He's gonna die.
Huh? What is happening there? Ah, okay. So Samson in the chat actually is helping us out a little, and he says 10 bits is like €1. He thinks. So that means we got 50 cents there. So maybe it's just, I think you can donate from €1 or €2 and above on. So you couldn't really donate 50 cents, but you can donate 5 bits. So maybe it's just a way to allow smaller donations in some way. Does that make sense?
Good.
I think it does make sense, right?
Je donne tout ce que j'ai des prix BCP pour que ça gagne de votre cote. On a déjà gagné, mais merci. Bendo parle mieux à tes fans. Oh.
Merci, guys. Merci. So, yeah. He had an Ash Blossom, and he's not able to summon a second monster out there? How? Oh, okay. That will be a second monster. And he already used Ash.
Finally.
So that's game, yeah.
Finally, this is over. Stop this madness. Okay. That was awful. Okay, thank you for watching, guys.
Not so fast, not so fast. We will just switch over to our face cam, to the big screen faces, so you can see us once more.
Yeah.
And you can just watch it on your TV screens and enjoy yourselves with that. And yeah, So, who actually took it there? Jorge Gomez took it, making it 2-1 for Nefilim Card Gaming. Nefilim Card Gaming, moving on.
No.
Like, Jorge won, right?
That's just wrong.
No. Right.
Didn't BCP win?
No.
Like,
David
Samir won and Sky Striker won versus Pendulum and Samir won.
Oh, did Sky Striker win versus Pendulum?
Yeah, they did. That was the game where he ogred Apex Alien.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I thought the Pendulum deck won because they had such an impressive game 1, and I was like, they did win that, and then everything after that, I kind of pushed away in my head. So, yeah, actually, I'm very sorry for you guys, Bendo card players. You actually won. So, you are moving on to top 8. And, yeah, being top 8 in this competition is already some kind of an accomplishment. Because you are in the quarterfinals, basically.
Wasn't that their first game?
It was, but still is an accomplishment.
This is not really an accomplishment.
Like, I mean, you can't blame them because they only played 1 round. They had just some luck in the drawing, and...
Yeah, but you can't praise them, though. It's like, there's no blames. Like, if you get to the top 4, and you've been through some stuff, then I can say, like, this is a big accomplishment.
Yeah.
If you win a YCS, it's great, but if you're 3-0, then this is not an accomplishment yet, I think. So we have to, like, set our standards a bit higher.
Okay. I do agree. It's fine. So,
yeah.
Bendo card players, just stating it out again so that there's no confusion left, won that match 2-1 because Samir and Simon won their matches respectively. And I think we're fine now. We're like live for a little over an hour. So you guys had enough chance to see Yu-Gi-Oh! Today. It was the rare occasion happening that we featured 3 matches. Because the first match was over super quickly. Then the second one...
3 Sky Strikers!
Was like over pretty quickly as well. And then we had the blast to have the third match being a Sky Striker mirror match. Like the last Sky Striker mirror match in its old form that we're casting because banlist
the
is
only match that Sky Striker didn't win was the mirror match.
That is actually true. Yeah.
And I'm so happy that this banlist is going to at least hit the deck. So anyways, I think we can call it a night.
We should.
Just a friendly reminder that you guys should watch Endgame, and if you didn't already, then don't spoiler it. I think this is something that needs to be addressed. Tune into our podcast on Tuesday.
Yeah.
We're going to have an amazing guest. I can't announce him yet because I did not really text him, but I think we're going to still get the person. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for casting this with me, Basti, or Sebastian. And have a great night.
Yeah. It was a blast. Bye, guys. See you next Thursday.